Now we are going to talk about the actual cover letter. Yes, this is the real love letter. So cover letter has a very huge importance in terms of sending a CV to the recruiter because it adds on a lot of good impressions in terms of actually helping you to get screened out fast. So first of all, let's move in towards the literal meaning of a cover letter. So what do we mean by an actual cover letter? So cover letter is sent and it is a document that explains the overall contents of another document. So it is a support document in terms of an actual real document that you're going to send. So let's go into the difference between a CV and the cover letter in itself. So we are going to see that what is the difference between the CV and the cover letter and how this love pair actually helps you to get screened out fast. So when we look at the CV and the difference between the cover letter, we find out that the CV here is all about us, right? And on the other hand, the cover letter is actually about the company. And the other thing is there is the CV, it's about our profile and it describes our work experiences and everything we have in here. But the cover letter actually aids in that by adding and answering these questions, that why you have actually applied for that job and why the firm should hire you and why you are a potential candidate. So once again here you're helping the recruiter in order to actually screen you out fast as compared to other people that who have applied for their similar job position. So now we'll be moving towards some tips that are actually there in order to be in order to get an effective cover letter. So the basic tips start off by that what you have to do is you have to add which job you have applied for. In certain scenarios, what happens is that there are a lot of job positions that that firm has recently advertised, and then the people say that I have applied for the job that you have recently advertised. So you have to make sure you have clearly applied that which specific job you have applied for. Then you have to make it personal and specific. You have to keep it short. You shouldn't exceed one page, and you have to actually, if you in a certain scenarios you're not sending it directly with the cover letter, that might be in the cases of when you're sending it as a printout. On the other hand, when you're emailing it, you should put this cover letter into the email and fit it there and send it. So let's move on that how we are supposed to actually write that love letter. So there are different four paragraphs that we have to understand. We have to write separately, and then we have to check in them up in a single page, and then your cover letter would be ready. First thing is that the first paragraph should be that you have to make it personal, and the second one is that you have to tell them why you picked them. The third one is that you have to tell them why they should pick you, and then you have to show kindness as well. So now we are going to move into an actual cover letter, an example of the cover letter, and there we are going to separately discuss each paragraph in order to understand that how you're supposed to write an effective cover letter. So now we are going to move towards the example of a cover letter. Now let's look at an example of a cover letter and understand those four paragraphs in detail. So this is an actual cover letter, and here is the name. You can actually add your branding statement here. It is preferred to avoid adding your elevator page here because it is a bit lengthy. In some certain cases, do you actually don't have to write the branding statement as well, but it is up to you either if you feel comfortable here and you feel that the recruiter might actually have a good impression from this. You can actually add here. You have the address, your personal address, then the way you're going to send it, and then you're going to start off by actually adding by giving a dear or respected, whatever situation you feel that is appropriate for that specific job or the specific person. And then you should add the name. So how you're going to get the name of the recruiter, because in most of the cases what we do is we do like a dear sir slash ma'am and then we send it. But in order to keep it personal, you have to actually call that there at the firm, or you can ask for a specific person who is actually handling these job positions, or you look and at the on if you're looking online, you can see that for who is the person who has actually advertised that. So then you would be in a position to actually directly talk to them and actually add the name of that specific person here. So it would give a positive impact that you're directly talking to that person. In a case that you actually don't get that, it's okay, you can write the normally situation that we use as the dear sir slash ma'am. So the second thing is that let's start off by reading this. I hope the hiring process is going smooth and you are having a great time. I have applied for the job position of marketing executive that were advertised recently. So here once again, you are actually making a good rapport with the recruiter here, by actually wishing them best of luck because they're humans as well. You're adding emotions here, and then this is the another crucial part that I earlier on talked about as well, of actually writing about the job that you're specifically applied for. Let's move on to the next paragraph. This showed that this was the first paragraph that actually showed that you have kept it personal. Now let's start off by the second paragraph and understand it thoroughly. So let's start off by reading. So I will begin by trying to express my passion for from ABC, but my feelings for this incredible institute stretch far beyond my words. I'm especially inspired by the vision and efforts of Firm ABC. It is not necessarily that you actually pump it that much, but you can actually talk about some certain recent project that the firm is, actually going have recently started, or the project that actually fascinates you from, from the past many years or months that you are actually studying that, or in a similar position you were in a different firm that you actually saw that this firm that you are going to apply now had done a better job in that, so you can actually share here all of that stuff here. Then I would love to work more among these amazing people and learn and grow with the firm. So here you can actually add about the culture or the thing that actually fascinates you in terms of that specific firm that you are applying. So this is the part where it is going to explain that why you have actually picked that firm. So let's move on to our third paragraph, that is where you're going to talk about yourself. So why the firm should actually pick you. So I'm a recent MBA marketing graduate. I have a lot of experience in handling marketing campaigns and have worked with a specific firm in the past. If you have done that, or if you have done some charity work, you can add here. I love to execute marketing campaigns as they bring a lot of fun and life to the business. So you can actually write that why they should actually pick you, and it is totally up to you that how you feel comfortable in this scenario and what you are actually trying to give them. So you can add here. So this was the actually the third paragraph of letting them know that why they should pick you. Now let's move on towards our last paragraph, that is about your showing kindness. So you'll be moving on like, I have a pretty decent idea about the large number of CVs you would be receiving and the tough routine of the hiring process. I assure you I would make best out of your time if we meet in an interview. I wish you best of luck for the hiring process. So once again, you have seen that in this paragraph, I have actually described that you have actually prayed for that person, and you are actually showing, once again, showing emotions, and you're showing kindness towards that person, by understanding their feeling that it is a hiring process, and you're assuring them that if they call you for that interview, you won't waste their time and you'll make sure that you are actually a productive candidate. So once again, this is actually showing kindness, and then you're sending your regards, and then you're signing off. So this was the overall love letter that is actually customized in terms of that specific firm. So in order to write this, you should be in a position to know about the background of the firm, and by knowing the background, you would be also in a good position to actually go in an interview as well. So this is how you're going to do that. For this, you can go online and actually understand and read about the firm, or you can ask someone about that firm. So again, the first paragraph was to keep it personal. The second was that why you picked them. The third was that why they should pick you. And the last one is that you actually show your kindness. So this is all in terms of actually mastering the art of writing a impactful cover letter.